Hey guys, GrownAssNerd here, and welcome back again to another recent pickups video. This pickups video is actually what I picked up last week. I did a game hunting video, and I didn't show my pickups in that video because I didn't want the video to be like 20 minutes long. So I decided to divide them up. So now we're here, let's check out what I got. First up, I'll just show some of these wacky controllers I picked up. This one right here. It's a one-handed controller. I'm not sure if this controller was made for a specific game or if it's just for people with maybe some kind of disability or whatnot, but it's pretty cool. It's meant for the left hand. It's got your D-pad, it's got your start and select button right up on the front, and on the back it has your A and B button. So obviously it's for the NES or Super Famicom, I should say. I don't think I'd be very good at using this controller, but it's pretty neat. I thought it'd be pretty cool to play around with. Alright, next up I want to show you these wireless Super Famicom controllers I picked up. Not quite sure if these work. They look a little banged up, but I thought they were pretty neat. Obviously this is the receiver, it plugs into the Super Famicom port, and these are your controllers. Pretty neat. Not sure if they work like I said, but I thought it was worth a pickup for a couple dollars. Next up is a Sega Saturn controller. I've never seen this one before. I thought it looked pretty strange. It has a little screen up top here. Don't know what that's used for, but I'd like to plug it in and try it out. There's all kinds of programmable buttons on here. Let's see, it says auto button, teach, memory, mode, end and start. You get your X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and you have on the D-pad, around the D-pad, you have this little steering contraption here. So I'm assuming that's for racing games. So I'm going to have to get some racing games and try it out and see how accurate that is, or if it's any good. Next up is a Hori GameCube controller. This looks pretty neat, pretty solid controller made by Hori. I love the camo. It's like an aqua camo, I guess you could say. Yeah, I can't wait to play some Mario Party with this. Speaking of Mario Party, I actually picked up, what is this? Mario Party 7 loose for $1. I need to get some of the American versions, but they're pretty pricey, so that'll just have to do for now. Speaking of Mario, some of the games I picked up was for the N64. That's Mario Kart. Picked it up for a few dollars, as well as Smash Brothers. You never see Smash Brothers for a couple dollars. You know, you always want to pick it up. Not many people have the chance to get these stateside, so pick it up. Probably do another giveaway. I already gave one of those away in a previous giveaway, so save that for another time. Speaking of Mario Party earlier, I also got the Mario Party 2 for the Nintendo 64. I don't think I've ever played this one. The only Mario Parties I've ever played, I believe, is on the GameCube, and I had a blast on them. So I look forward to trying the Nintendo 64 versions. Got a couple controllers now, so I can definitely get into that. As well as I picked up Mario Tennis for $3 on the Nintendo 64. Mario Tennis, from what I've played on the GameCube as well, pretty fun, so I'll mess around with that. Next up, I happened to stumble upon two of the Game Boy Pocket cameras. There was a yellow one and there was a purple one. For I think they were like $3 each. I wanted to get both, but I didn't want to be a douche, so I just picked up one. I got the yellow one because I actually have a yellow Game Boy hanging around here, so I'll try the camera out. Pretty exciting. Maybe I can take some pictures and print them out. And lastly, of the games to pick up is Phantasy Star for the Mega Drive. I have Phantasy Star 2 or 3 in my collection right now, so I know I didn't have this one, so I went ahead and picked it up. Also pretty neat, it actually comes with the manual, which is in pretty nice condition, so I'm excited that I picked this up. And the cart is in pretty good condition too, so it even comes with this little, I guess, I don't know if it's like advertisement card or something like that. It's got a little picture of Sonic on the front, so that's pretty neat to have. Alright guys, let's move on to the consoles I picked up. Pretty sure you saw my video from last week on the game hunting in Japan. I picked up a few consoles because I found them for pretty cheap. I believe they're about 20 bucks a piece, every single console that I found. And I'm pretty impressed. So, I don't know where to start first. Which one should I start with first? I guess I'll start with the one that's right in front of me. This is the Sharp Twin Famicom system. It plays the this system games right here in the front port on this side, and the actual Famicom game cartridges go right in the top here. So yeah, I was pretty excited to find this. Like I said, all the systems I picked up here today were, well, I'm sorry, I lied. One of them wasn't 20 bucks. I'll show you that one later on. But this one was 20 bucks. Usually don't find these for that cheap of a price. Usually when they're untested like this one is, they're usually like 50 bucks and up. I think there's one now in the store for, I want to say it's like $200 untested. It's the black and green version. I guess it's a little bit more rare than the maroon and black one, but still, $200 untested? Nah, no thanks. I tried to talk them down, but they wouldn't come down at all. But now I'm over it. I got this one for $20. I'm not sure if it works. With a lot of these, I know when they're used up and old, there's a rubber band in there for the disc system that pulls on the pulleys and whatnot. It actually corrodes and breaks up, so you have to buy a new rubber band and replace it. I heard it's a pain in the butt, but I know a guy that can fix it. I know he's probably watching this video right now, so I got a project for you. But you know, I'm gonna test it out and see how it goes. Hopefully the Famicom port or Famicom section of this works out. So yeah, I'm excited. 20 bucks, I'm gonna pick it up. Sweet. All right, so moving on. Like I said, there was a system that I picked up that wasn't $20. I was mistaken. Most of the systems I picked up were $20, but let's move on to this next one. This is the Neo Geo X. Now, this came out in 2012. This is actually not a real port here like the original Neo Geo. This is just a top. This whole thing is just a charger, because the Neo Geo X is actually a handheld system. It failed pretty miserably because if you start this thing up, you'll notice that it's just running emulators, and pretty poorly at that. But still, I saw it for like 45 bucks, so I figured I'd pick it up. What the heck? I didn't expect it to actually work neither. I thought maybe I'd have to do some maintenance or something to it, but it powers up. There's some dead pixels here on the side and whatnot. But overall, I think it's a good find. I enjoy it. I mean, for what it is, part of gaming history, what the heck. Now I'll show you a little bit about what this shell of a system actually does. It's pretty much a dock for a charging station, kind of like the Switch, I guess you could say. And it plugs into your TV through a mini HDMI, and you know, you can play it on the big screen or you can play it on your handheld. It's pretty neat. I guess a little bit ahead of its time, but ultimately it Neo Geo just couldn't make a comeback with this. Alright guys, so moving on to the next system I picked up is the original Famicom, boxed for $20. Now, this is actually the second one I've picked up for this price. I mean, you see a boxed Famicom, you're going to pick it up for $20. It might not necessarily work, but you can always upgrade the box. It's a better box or better styrofoam. This one's got a little bit of writing on it, but I'm not too worried about that. But on the inside, it does come with this cool little manual, and I guess it's like, I don't know what this is, like a mini comic or something like that. Not quite sure. It might be like an instruction booklet, but I didn't have this one in my previous one, so I can more so complete my whole in-box Famicom collection here. And the system itself is a little yellow, but you know, I don't even know if it works, but for 20 bucks, I don't think it was that bad of a deal. It is what it is. That's the risk you take. But I'm happy with it. And lastly, also for $20, I found a boxed Family Basic. And I'll show you that here. Now, at first glance, it might look like just a keyboard, but it's actually a little bit more than a keyboard. This allows you to program certain video games on the Famicom, such as, I believe it's Excite Bike, and there's a few other games out there. I think it's a total of 3 or 4. I think there was another one that was not put out by Nintendo, but you could use it as a saving function. So with the keyboard, you'll get another unit, which is like a cassette player, or a recorder, I guess you should say, and you can actually save your games on there, on the the cassette tape. I know it's wild to think about, but it actually saves through that sound system, through that tape. But let's take this out and I'll show you a little bit what this looks like. Looks like a little manual down here too. It's all in kanji though, so I can't read that, but that's what the internet's for. If I ever want to plug this thing in and actually try to program my own little Excite-Byte tracks and whatnot. Okay, so this is the keyboard itself for the Family Basic. It's actually in decent condition. All the buttons are attached. They all seem to feel pretty good. Whether or not this works or not, there's only one way to find out, so I'll have to plug it in and maybe goof around with it a little bit. But the only thing I don't have is I don't have that the cassette system part. There's a name for it, I just can't think of it. But yeah, altogether 20 bucks for this box. The box is in really bad condition, but I don't see these laying around all that often, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm excited. It's a part of history. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed all my pickups. I sure did. It kind of reignited my fire for game hunting this week. I really enjoyed all these pickups, but I wasn't expecting to find all this much. I hadn't been out for a while. I only went to, I think, 2 different stores. So I got the funky weird controllers, a pocket camera for the Game Boy for like $3, which is pretty neat. The Neo Geo X, what I've never seen out in the wild, so snatched that up. Family Basic, never seen out in the wild either, and a really cheap twin Sharp Famicom. So pretty excited. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to bring you more videos. Appreciate every view. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll see you next time.